Alright, I'm recording.
Alright, so, like I said, Wecker will be on Lissandra Trundle against our Nasus Thresh. Our matchup is actually a lot better into this. Uh, Unfortunately, they do have the immediate win con of obliterating our deck uh, within using the Watcher. But like I said, we have a Nasus who, if we are able to level up, Nasus does have a spell shield, and that is actually very important to remember during this match. All right. So, this deck has a lot of board wipes. So early game units are pretty nice because, like I said, their board wipes don't come online until usually about turn 3. So we do have our prior best early game unit right here in Doomkeeper into a Ravenous Butcher. So we'll go ahead and kill off our 1/1 Ephemeral unit because it would die anyway at the end of the turn. And then we'll go ahead and we can push 5 damage on turn 1. So now that we're moving on to other turns where he is banked mana and stuff like that, we have to be wary of spells such as Ice Shard or Avalanche, which would destroy our entire board. So we're gonna go ahead and pass here. So since we did draw our counter spell here, I'm actually going to go ahead and opt with the slightly more aggressive line of a second Doomkeeper.
See what we see, soldier.
So since he passed here, he does have 4 mana. Uh, 4 mana could implicate an Avalanche or an Ice Shard. Because our units do only have 1 health, Ice Shard is a fast mana spell that does 1 damage, so he could be holding that up. So we're gonna go ahead and send our attack in and see what he does.
Ready the torches.
I imagine we'll see an Ice Shard here. So now, if we were to counter this, we'd push 2 damage. We'd push 6 damage here. He'd be down to 9. Uh, but our hand is kind of bricked, so we're gonna attempt to stop it. So we will destroy one of our mana gems here to counter the spell, so we can push this 6 damage. We are on the aggressive game plan here because this deck does beat us in the late game with the insta kill combo of the Watcher. Now, what we would really like to see right now is our Leech or one of our a Leech or one of our Glooms Beyonds, so we could restart refilling our hand. Unfortunately, since we don't have that, um, the deck does run Vile Feast, so we are going to kill a mana gem instead of one of our units, so he can't stop this.
I am inevitable.
We'll let Lissandra do Lissandra things. Hit us in the face for 2 right there. Can't really stop that. Now, he is on turn 5, so he could play Trundle here, or he could play the Draken Lord, who would summon another Frozen Thrall and eventually start leveling up Thralls. So we would like to. Unfortunately, our hand kind of slowed down a little bit, so unfortunately we can't just keep pushing damage anymore. So at this point, we are down 2 mana gems because I chose to destroy my mana crystals earlier. So we will pass, and I was gonna say, I assume he summons Trundle there.
Don't embarrass me, troll.
So if we were to play Bloody Carekeeper and kill this, we could push 4 more damage. Uh, but then we would pretty much brick out the rest of our hand. So we're actually just gonna pass here and bank our mana because we still have Vengeance we can use next turn to kill the Trundle off.
Frost gathers.
All right. We're okay with taking the 6 damage here. It's not like they have burn spells in these colors, so we're not too worried about that. So we will play Fading Icon this turn to set up next turn for our Blighted Caretaker. So he could be drawing another Lissandra, which does give him the Entomb spell, or he could have drawn another Trundle, which gives him the Ice Quake spell. Which the Ice Quake spell would be unfortunate because it would wipe our entire board if he were to play it next turn with his 8 mana.
Old eyes still see far and clear.
Let's mute my mic for a second. Alright, so we did draw a leech, so we can start refilling our hand if needed. But I sense that he's looking to board wipe us here soon. So we are going to play Thresh here this turn. This allows us to keep Black Spear back up as well if he does board wipe us. Oh, he's just gonna kill Thresh off. This makes us big sad. Now it does activate Black Spear for us. Which in this case we will cast it, and we will kill off his Lissandra here. So Lissandra does have Tough, which reduces the amount of damage she takes by 1, but still does 4 damage, so it'll still kill her off. So he's going to drain our fading. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna make a U-sickle. It's good to be the king.
So he does level up Trundle here. So we did not draw a glimpse here, which helps us refill our hand. This Trundle could push a decent amount of damage this turn, so we need to be careful of that as well. So we are going to kill off our 0/1 here to draw 2 cards to hopefully unbreak our hand.
Bow to your king. In Avarosa's name, this is gonna be fun.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and block here.
Spears ready.
We do go down to 3. Their deck does run Vengeance as well, so we want to try to keep our health total as healthy as possible. If he does have Vengeance this turn, unfortunately we can't stop that.
My home. Alert the village.
So we'll see if he has Vengeance here, because if he does have Vengeance here, he can just throw Trundle at our face. Alright. Yeah, sorry. Atrocity would be the right word.
Happens to the best of us.
Alright, so unfortunately our options aren't that great. So our best bet is to pass here, because we do have an answer. If he does try to open attack with his Trundle, we do have the answer in Vengeance. So we'll see if he does just go straight to an open attack. Oh. Okay. Wow, that is just rude. So we need a blocker for this and still be able to kill Trundle at the same time. So Fearsome, we need to at least have a 3 power unit. So it would have to be Leech, which playing Leech out by itself is unfortunate. But this does allow us to still play Vengeance.
I'll not get ready for a beatdown.
So we'll block Ladris here, and then we'll kill off the Trundle. Because this does have Overwhelm, so it's the more threatening unit for us.
But I'm king.
Okay. So getting some early fodder is nice for us here. So we'll play Curse Keeper.
More than mortal, I am Iceborn. All things grow cold.
All right. So he now has the Watcher in his hand. Now Lissandra Trundle decks, they do have a little bit of variance. So he could be playing the Spectral Matron, which would allow him to get a free copy of this if he does run that in his list. Unfortunately, I don't think there's too much we can do to not lose this game here. Probably start with. We'll probably attempt to start here to see what we draw first. Actually, well, let's see what we can draw with this first. But this could easily get denied by a Vile Feast, unfortunately. Okay. Let me play Thresh out here. Now he does still have 7 mana, so he could easily play Atrocity or Vengeance. He's now tapped below both of those, so we don't have to worry about that for at least this turn. So this is a free attack here, and we're going to kill off one of his stronger units that we can actually kill, which does advance our slay effects there.
You will do as I command.
He does have the Overwhelmed Thrall now. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do anymore.
Feel the power of true ice.
If he didn't get the Overwhelmed Thrall this turn, we would technically still be alive with Withering Whales to clear off the Ladros and the Ice Pillar and heal us for 3, but the Overwhelmed stat will... Actually, we're technically still alive on an open attack. Our entire board would be dead. Okay. So this is the card I was talking about, Spectral Matron. Pick an ally in hand, summon an exact copy of it. So he gets to summon a Watcher. He gets to summon the Watcher that was in his hand for free. And then this one in his hand also now gets discounted to 0. So if we were to Ruination right now, he could then just replay this for free and then still destroy our board. So at this point, we've lost, so we'll go ahead and just surrender.
Symphony, can I ask a question?
Yes, what's up?
Does that deck list also run Revitalizing Roar as a backup if you can't find Matron?
Well, no, I don't run Revitalizing. There's no reason to. Bad.
I'll say
It's a one-off at most.
Oh yeah,
some
I'm saying as a
some
one-off.
some decks run a one of Revitalizing Roar if you don't find the Matron to get your Watcher out for free.
It's also good against some aggro lists, so you can
The
refill your
healing, the healing sometimes does matter.
putting you out of decimate range and such.
All right.